Today we are here in the town of Juliette, Georgia, which served as most of the filming locations of the movie Fried Green Tomatoes, including this right here behind me, the Whistle Stop Cafe. There it is, the Whistle Stop Cafe. And since filming the movie, they actually did use it as a restaurant where it still operates today as the Whistle Stop Cafe. Now sadly, we are here a day too soon. It is not reopening until tomorrow. I was really hoping I could say that the secret's in the sauce and I could try some fried green tomatoes, but that just means we'll have to come back another time because it's not in our future right now. But man, I can tell they're cooking the barbecue, getting ready for tomorrow. It smells so good out here. Darn. Sadly, they have it all padlocked and the windows are all shuttered, so we don't even get to see inside. But that's okay, there's still plenty more to see. Not only in this town, but here in the area, we've got plenty of stuff to see. We've got the town here with the Whistle Stop Cafe right there, the train tracks running along next to it, and right about here is where they did have the train station. They moved it, but luckily they kept it here in town. They didn't move it too far. Now this is the train stop. It was down there in front of the train tracks. And I've read online that it's not the same one, but looking like matching up the windows and the doors, I think they redid the front stairs because it just had like one section that went up and then another section that went up down there. But all of the doors and like this little spot that comes out, that all matches the one in the movie. So I think it is the same one. I was reading that in front of the little shops and things that they left out some of the headstones from the movie. I haven't seen any of them yet though. This is probably the building that looks the most different. This is what was McCollum Grocery. They have a lot more foliage and other stuff going on out here in front of it. We got a hot dog! Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. You having yourself a nice time in the shade? This is a really neat building. Just a really cool little town. What I love about being here is that, you know, the movie, even though they filmed it in the 90s, it took place so long ago that it feels like I'm going back to, you know, 100 years ago. And things still look quite a bit the same because it was actually only like 30 years ago. Oh, I found one. Here lies Buddy's arm. So long, old pal. That is so neat that they left this here from the movie. I love the old bank. Just really neat buildings. I love this town. I love this town. Looks like the Whistle Stop Cafe has an actual gift shop, which is also closed, but looks like it's pretty neat. This is definitely there's so much still here. Like, this is where Big George was making barbecue. What I love and did not realize initially is that right near the barbecue pit is Frank Bennett's grave. Very clever placement. Very clever. The secret was in the sauce.
And apparently here.
Yeah. I also like that they have these nice little picnic benches I bet this is lovely under normal circumstances. It's not super common to have so much stuff from a movie still left over. Like, it feels like I'm in the movie, and I love that. When we first got here, there were only like a couple of us here, but now that we're getting ready to go, it's getting quite crowded. There are a lot of people here checking this out today. I'm a little surprised by that. But we still have a few more locations, a couple here in town and then a couple that are a little further away. But I think they're important and I want to check them out. It feels so much better over here by the water. This is the dam that they go walking across. I see some kids like way down on that end. I wonder if they actually do that as like an activity thing that they do here. I don't know, because it kind of looks like they're about to. There's like a little logjam type thing in the movie. I wonder if it's the same one. I love this. Life, 1 mile at a time. That's how I feel about life lately. Taking it 1 mile at a time. Something that is kind of cool is that also filmed here in Juliette, although not to the extent of fried green tomatoes, but a scene. Baby Driver used this bridge right here, which is right near the dam. So it's pretty cool. Let's go drive across it before we hit our next stop. Just outside of the main part of town is the church, and then just next to the church is also the cemetery. And I know that in the movie Ruth was buried here, but I mean, in actuality, she's not a real person, so she's not. But I didn't find, I believe she has a headstone somewhere in town, and so does Buddy, but I didn't see either of those wandering around. So if you know where they are, please leave a comment and let me know so that I can make sure the next time we come back not to miss it. We've made our way about 45 minutes west of the town of Juliette. We're now in Zebulon. And right here behind me is the Pike County Courthouse. It is just a beautiful building. This is where Iggy had her trial for the murder of Frank Bennett. I don't know, the trees, they seem a little more grown over. These are huge, huge oak trees. Huge magnolias over there. Just a really neat looking building. Beautiful area. Wow. I didn't know when we started this video today we'd be trekking on gravel roads. But here we are. Well, we're backing out of this place because I think that maybe the place was torn down. I don't know, either that or we're in the wrong place, which is also possible. Well, we have trekked all over trying to find Frank Bennett's house and the scene where Iggy proves that she is a bee charmer, but sadly that was to no avail. We couldn't find either of those places. But we are now here in Senoia. I believe that's how you say it, but there's also a lot of vowels, so I'm sorry, I don't know. This is Iggy's family's house, and it's a beautiful house. It's just so lovely. I feel like they took out a tree. There was like a tree in the front there. But it still pretty much looks the same. It's a pretty cool house. It's big, it's really big. I did not realize it was gonna be that big. But one thing that's really cool is that just across the street here, this bridge is another scene from the movie. definitely not one of the better scenes. It is when Buddy gets his foot stuck in the train tracks. If you think you recognize those train tracks not just from fried green tomatoes, one thing that's pretty cool about this town and this area in general is that they've also filmed scenes for The Walking Dead here. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about this movie in context with everything that's going on in our country right now. Fried Green Tomatoes is a great story. It depicts, at least in part, racial tension in the South in the early 1900s, but it's just that. It's a story. And while I cherish the movie and I appreciate the values and the lessons that I learned growing up watching it, I just have to acknowledge that this is a story, and it's a story that was based on a book written by a white woman, so it could be considered whitewashing Black history. Racial injustices still go on every day in our country, and Jeremy and I have vowed that we would do our part to help end racial injustices and speak out against them.
So we've been spending more time in the last few weeks learning about real Black history, like things that we didn't learn in school, and how as white people, we perpetuate white privilege. But we want to use our voices and our power in the community to help fight for equality.
Although we try to stay positive on our channel, and we will try to remain positive going forward, we just wanted to take a moment to stop and say that we support the Black Lives Matter movement. We are here to listen, we are here to learn, and if you are interested in learning as well, we will leave some resources that we have found helpful. Thank you so much for coming along with us today. I, first of all, have to give a shout out to our patrons over here. Thank you guys, thank you. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you check out these other videos, especially if you like filming locations. We'll see you soon.